Okay, so that was like a, what is it called? A telepathy test to see if you guys would be on beat with me. Like if I go, and then we all start going, and then we go, and then it's like this cool thing.
I wanted to do the Lion King opening.
Then instead of an it'd be an
Cavegna amarissima. Yeah.
Yeah,
where you at?
Yeah,
let's go.
We saved it.
That was fucking cool, dude.
We
Come on, let's go.
saved it. It's all recovered.
We're copy struck.
You know what? We didn't say any bad words, so I feel like in the YouTube algorithm land, we're good.
True.
But we're also good because we've got the full freaking couch together for the first time in like months.
Woo! We did it. We're all back together.
I know. You were in London.
USA.
USA. USA. USA. Sponsor us, Taco Bell. USA. USA.
Did you guys ever like feel like it's maybe not the best time to be chanting USA?
No, it's always the best time to be chanting USA.
Is there no better time?
With, you know, everything that the USA wants to do in terms of banning people from being transgender, not enforcing gun laws where we have school shootings every other week, and hating gay people in general.
Sounds like some commie bullshit to me.
Yeah, that sounds like that's what I'm listening to. That sounds like some woke business.
Have you ever listened to Toby Keith at all?
Who?
Toby Keith.
Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue.
What is this?
It's a song about sending missiles to the Middle East.
What the hell is that?
That sounds like Bandit Keith. That's what I was thinking when you said that. I was like,
No,
Bandit
not
Keith.
from Yu-Gi-Oh, man. God damn it.
Did they make a joke about that in Futurama?
I'd never watched Futurama.
You never watched Futurama?
Never watched it, no.
You're kidding me.
You're
no,
missing
it's just
out.
one of those that kind of just like flew under my radar.
You're missing out.
It wasn't like I don't like this show, I'm going to avoid it. It was just kind of like I watched South Park, like every episode. I watched some of Family Guy. Futurama was just one of those that it missed me. I missed it.
So Futurama is... Futurama, yes, it is a comedy, but it is also traumatic and a tearjerker, the best love story you'll ever have.
Yeah.
And it's...
I know the dog episode.
No, we don't talk about the dog episode.
There was also
Thrush,
God,
cover your ears.
There was the dog episode. There was the brother episode.
Yeah, his older brother.
Yeah,
Yancey.
there was the older brother episode.
Oh.
Jesus, that one.
never even heard of this,
I woke up, looked at my TikTok, instantly a clip of that, and I teared up. I literally cried waking up watching that TikTok.
Or the Bender one.
Bender? What happened
So
to Bender?
it's the Bender one where he's they had a recall on Bender.
I don't
And they
remember
had
that
to.
one.
Okay, that's. Yeah, I think it was in one of the newer seasons, like when
We're
they were
not going to
canceled.
spoil, I think.
Yeah, okay.
So Flowers, just to give you a background of Futurama. Futurama is a show that was canceled, revived, canceled, revived, canceled.
Wait, it got canceled 3 times?
got canceled a
How many
lot.
times? 3 or 4?
I remember 2 or 3.
And it's now being revived again.
Wait. Modern day in 2023, they're bringing it back?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a new season coming.
You have no idea how good Futurama is, because also in Futurama, a lot of the jokes are written by I have no idea, like fucking astrophysicists and shit.
Okay.
So like they make all of
too
these
stupid for
super
that.
same, but it's still kind of cool.
Man,
It's still really cool.
I don't know what the congratulatory physical astral amalgamation of a quark is.
You're basically Fry in real life.
No.
Yeah, he is Fry in real life.
No.
I'm fried, yeah,
I
bro.
don't think that.
He's proving the point, right?
I thought that you would say he's closer to a Bender.
I would say
I've
that.
definitely been on a
Bender.
Bender before.
he is Bender.
He's
Kiss
Bender.
my shiny metal ass. That's
Yeah.
way more.
That's true.
Sorry.
He's Bender. Yeah.
Damn. That was close.
Yeah.
Is this a compliment or are you guys dogging me?
Bender is a compliment.
He.
Fry is an insult.
Man!
Fry is an insult.
Do you ever think that we're older than most of the characters in TV now?
We're
No,
older,
we're
older
not.
than.
I'm much younger than Clint Eastwood in Gran Turismo.
There you go.
True.
What's that? Oh, that's the video game.
And Clint Eastwood in general is just an old man.
Or no, Gran Torino.
Gran
Turismo.
There is
I'm
a
still,
Gran Turismo
yo,
movie coming
look,
out.
all right. Twitch.tv/CaptainFlowers22 would like to issue an official public statement on behalf of Twitch.tv/CaptainFlowers22, and that is that Twitch.tv/CaptainFlowers22 is a little bit jet lagged still. So, kind of struggling.
There it is.
Getting back used to it. Been up since 5 o'clock in the morning today.
Really?
Yep, I am. I'm here. I'm here.
I feel like that's pretty good, especially knowing your sleep schedule, which is like go to bed at an ungodly hour and wake up
Also, at an
halfway
ungodly hour.
through the day. So can't you use this time to like reset your sleep schedule a little bit?
I don't know. I'm honestly just trying to work with it. So today, I had a very constructive schedule. Actually.
Ooh.
I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, okay, I'm going to get up. I'm just going to, I'm going to chug a couple bottles of water, make sure I'm all hydrated and shit. I played video games, just like looked at shit on the internet, took care of personal stuff for a while. I went to the gym very early. It was terrible because it's the time where all the morning normies go there, so every machine was occupied. I was like, so this sucks. I definitely either have to be earlier or later than this in the future. And then the new Echo game that came out,
Ooh.
it released today at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Nice.
And yeah. So I literally, like, as soon as it released, I logged in and just downloaded it. And then I was streaming the Echo game from like 9 until 5. And then once 5 came around, I was like, okay, I got to log off of this. I got to get ready. We're going to go do the podcast. But that's what I did today. I at least made something constructive out of it. But yeah, the jet lag's kind of destructive.
That's pretty crazy.
Honestly,
That Echo game is called Convergence?
Convergence, a League of
A
Legends
League of
story.
Legends?
Yeah.
And that's a Riot Forge game.
Yeah, it is a Metroidvania, so like side-scrolling platformer, not based around like level ups and stats, but generally just based around player mechanics and skill instead, with the nuance of going through discovering new powers through boss fights and zones, and then that unlocks shit that you couldn't previously access.
Sounds like
So there's
Mega
reasons
Man.
to go back. Yeah, sort of like that.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you about the game in a second, but you said you went to the gym this morning. Raz, did I see on Instagram that you were also sweating at
I
the
also
gym?
went to the gym.
Let's go, man. Yeah.
I also went to the gym.
Let's go.
It's a new thing.
Let's go.
Whenever it's off season, I tend to become a human being. So
Yes.
So, like,
I love that for you, man.
it is true. I went to the gym. I've been cooking a lot more frequently, and then I've been doing a lot of cleaning. It's like not cleaning necessarily. It's more like restructuring of my house.
No. Man, I was raising my hand.
He's raising his hand.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
raising my hand.
Uh,
I mean, I'll high five you. But I was just saying, point of inquiry.
Yes.
If you're saying I've been cooking recently, do you mean like you are making food or like let him cook? Because that was what people were doing for the past like
Jesus Christ.
He's been cooking on Twitter. And
Are you getting into some more shit with like random nobody ass Midwestern dads telling their
no.
takes on the NBA or garbage?
Oh, that's funny. No, I've been doing some real cooking.
You got some good food?
Good food. So, like,
Wait. Why have I never worked? What? Now, hold on. I've had you over to my house on
many
got to be what, like 100 different occasions at this
True.
point?
True.
Do you cook for him?
No. But I give him
So
a copious amount of items.
He was about to say the A word.
ass?
That's it. Yep.
And you don't invite me?
That's crazy.
That's sexist.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, you remember from Caster's Couch, like episode 3 or 4,
To
I definitely
watch?
admitted to being sexist. Go back and watch that one.
And
You know
also, what do we call the nights that we go out or like go to your place?
Bro night.
Bro night.
Bro.
Sexism. Sexism in 2023.
Yeah,
It's
there it
alive and well.
And perpetuated.
It's a classic for a reason. Okay?
You just can't kill the oldies.
So am I the only one who didn't go to the gym today?
Yeah.
No, you were working out.
Ian stays in good shape.
No, listen, I had a very good reason for not going to the gym, and that's because I had a tummy ache. So,
Sure.
What about Thresh? Did he go to the gym?
no, but we went on a W.
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 If you say the whole word.
If you say,
Oh.
I now know how to get out of this
Bro,
podcast for free.
I thought you were talking about George Bush. I was like,
how the hell
W.
does that?
I wonder
That
how
was
close
his
you
name.
can get
Okay,
to the
wait. You
word.
just said
Wah.
the W. He said Zelda.
Wah.
Do you?
Wait, Zelda? What,
Wall.
man? How is Zelda George Bush?
No, wait. I have a connection.
Wait, what about this? I took the walk
It's
to Poland. He doesn't take it.
it's more
Bro,
about
he doesn't
the
give a fuck.
Yeah.
DOYOU. Asking is a question, and then he gets crazy.
Doyu.
Oh.
It's like Japanese like anime shit.
That's it.
No,
Yeah,
I
there it
said
is.
do you.
No. It's the anime thing.
Do you? Okay, we'll get there.
Okay,
At
well-
some
On one
point in the
hand, I feel
podcast.
like you support me. On the other hand, I feel like you're clowning on me. But
Why not both?
that's what
Why
friends
Exactly.
are for. That's what friends are for.
that's
Can
the beauty of
I-
Ian.
Can I make my connection?
Please.
Okay.
My
Were you at the airport?
it was a 9/11.
Skirt?
It was a 9/11 thing.
Oh,
Wait,
It's
what?
over.
Too soon.
Okay, wait. Now you can make me sound bad.
Yeah,
the
dude,
new
I made
Zelda
an
came
airport
out.
joke and you made a 9/11 joke, and we can't do those in the same proximity. Like, that was not in sync. That shit was Backstreet Boys. You know what I mean?
Okay, so in the new Zelda, they give you all of these different ways that you can create,
Oh.
and there is an abundance of 9/11 Zelda jokes
Oh, yeah,
on
I've seen 'em.
TikTok. You've seen
My
them?
buddy Luigi sent them to me last night. He was like, hey, have you seen all the recent crucifixions and Twin Tower destructions in Zelda? I was like-
Crucifixion?
Okay, all right, let's catch Raz up because you said you haven't played Breath of the Wild.
I haven't.
You haven't, so he has no idea what we're talking about. You've at least played Breath of the
So
Wild a little
I've
bit.
played Breath of the Wild. You and I actually had a conversation
Yeah.
about Breath of the Wild where you told me that you could upgrade armor because I remember telling you, like, yeah, this game's pretty fun, but it's kind of wild how I get two-shot by literally everything in the game. You're like, oh, well, you know, as long as you have upgraded armor, that should not happen. And I was like, okay, stop saying dumb shit. But no, it turns out you can upgrade your armor in Breath of the Wild, and I found that out after I beat 2/3 of the game. I still currently haven't beat the entire game.
I
Okay,
just
I
don't-
didn't. It's not that I never played the game. I quit the game.
Oh!
Yeah.
All right, do tell. Now I gotta hear.
So I finished like a dungeon or two, and then there was a point in which like I went to the frozen lands because it was taking me there, and then I just like would obviously freeze to death, and I would be like, okay, so now I'm lost because I have no idea where I
soup.
need to be, huh?
You gotta eat soup.
Yeah, but then I had soup, but that's like it wanted me to go in deep, and I didn't have it. So I'm like, it got to this point where I'm like, okay, it needs me. I need to find basically spend an hour to be creative or get a lot of soup, or I can just fucking go to play another game.
Or how about this, dumbass? You just buy the winter clothes.
See, of course she knows this.
Yeah, no. All
You
right.
no. You had to buy the summer clothes for the Gerudo plus for Eldin. You had to buy the winter clothes for Hebra for the Rito village.
Yeah.
Like it's not a fucking mystery.
Where do you get the clothes?
It's in one of the shops. I think it's even in Rito village.
Raz doesn't shop. He only fights.
That's fine. You can continue to fight. You just have to stock up on your elixirs. And if you're telling me that it took you more than, let's say, 2 solid elixirs, that's about
I don't even know where the shops are.
15 minutes.
I don't even know where the shops were.
15 minutes is a long time. Man could die in 15 minutes.
True.
Well, that's what I'm saying. 15 minutes. That's how much time he has with the elixirs that he's collected.
But the reality was, I could have spent more time to either search it up online, find the shops, or get the soup. But at this point, I was doing so much running because I think people just love vibe games. They just love doing nothing.
Vibe is great, dude.
Vibe is
Like-
good.
They just loved like chilling to music and just running around in the grass and rolling around. And I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Dude,
There's
So-
nothing happening here.
Let me jump in here because I've heard that criticism about Zelda where it's like there's just too much extra stuff. I just want to play the normal game. You can just continue through with strictly just the story. There are people who have already completed the story for Tears of the Kingdom like that. Me, however, I've only completed 2 dungeons because I'm like, I'm going to go explore that rock. I'm going to go explore this cave. Ooh, what's that over there? Big tittied great fairy?
but
I'm going to
did you
jump into that.
crucify a Korok?
I attached it to my horse and I drug it down a mountain.
Oh my god. No, I'm actually my worst villain in every game because you're right. You're right. I could just go down the normal path. Skyrim, never finished it because I went down another path, got bored, stopped playing. Red Dead Redemption, going down the iron path, but then I started going a different path, got bored, stopped playing it.
Dude, you gotta play the last mod suite that I played on Skyrim.
Okay.
Living Skyrim 2. So normally mods are pretty difficult to do in games. It's actually one of the only things that I know how to do technically.
Yeah.
But recently, there's been a development in modding technology that's created a program called Wabbajack. Wabbajack. What Wabbajack is a one-button thing that you click the button,
Yeah.
and Wabbajack invokes an entire mod list that a mod creator or curator has designed,
Yeah.
and installs it for you in the proper order, which, by the way, is half of the total pain in the ass of making these things work, is getting the order. So Living Skyrim 2, and I shit you not with these numbers. Any of you guys out there, you can verify this. You can go check this. Living Skyrim 2 is 300 gigabytes and over 330 different mods, all orchestrated together to work to make Skyrim a more like just badass experience. The difficulty is vastly increased. The customization is vastly increased. The difference in characters is incredibly defined. And this is why I think you'll love it. It's also got like 20 different booba mods.
Whoa.
It's just like...
That's all you needed to say.
Can we make Lydia not annoying?
Huh?
Lydia not annoying?
You can customize like literally everything about your like you can turn followers to be just like not saying as much random bullshit. You can also just I'm pretty sure you can have like 7 different followers if you want.
Also, Lydia is never annoying. She's the one you can wife, right?
Lydia, the first like
She's the
partner
first
that you
follower
get.
that you get. She's the so Lydia is the housecarl that you get when you
Oh.
become Thane of Whiterun,
That
which
is
is
true,
like
you
in the
are
story
right.
thing.
Yeah.
But no, dude, in this version of Skyrim, so remember how in baseline Skyrim, most of the time the enemies are going to level with you, and the most difficult enemies in the game get up to like level 60 or 65. Ancient dragons will appear at like level 70, and you fight the Ebony Warrior at level 80. You can run into random dungeons when you start the game, level 125 enemies.
Ooh.
And the game doesn't scale with you. It's just like, hey, you walked into a level 120 dungeon? Fuck you. You're going to die in one hit. Leave and come back when you're ready.
Wait, I think I know why I quit now.
And I was like, this is cool, dude.
I remember why I quit now.
Why'd you leave?
So my build was because in Maple Story I played an Ice Lightning Mage.
Oh,
yeah.
Ice
So-
Lightning.
Mages suck ass in non-modded Skyrim, but
Yeah.
in Living Skyrim 2, Mage is OP.
Oh, there
Yeah,
we go.
Mage is actually like the way that they modify black magic in Living Skyrim 2.
Yeah.
The way that they customize the spells and allow them to scale off of the character stats, it's so fucking cool, dude. Like when you're a mage in Living Skyrim 2, you actually feel like God.
Okay, there
like
it is. I need to play
you're doing
that
some
then.
cool ass shit.
I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe the
No.
day after.
When-
Because I was just like unlimited power.
Yeah, you just get shit on. You're like, fuck,
And then I
dude,
run out of
fuck.
mana, and the guy's
yeah.
just fucking running me down.
Yeah, it's just like I'm gonna get your ass. Yeah, no.
I was also always just a sneaky archer.
Of course.
Sneaky Archer was the best way to
Sneaky
play
Archer was
baseline
just, like, the
Skyrim because they were
best.
overpowered as fuck.
Exactly.
Bastard.
Exactly. I missed that shit. I went to the mall last week.
Wait,
Oh my god.
one of the malls around here.
Did
Yeah.
you shower first?
I did.
So wait, all right, let me ask you this. When you go to the mall, do you go to the mall with a purpose? Like you're going to a specific store
So
or
let me
place?
tell you. Yeah, let me tell you.
Okay.
So I went to the mall last week because I needed to buy wardrobe, not just for me, but for a couple other people for a project that I'm doing that's going to come out next Monday. Teasers. Maybe these two make a cameo. Teasers.
teaser.
Whoa,
We'll
is this
talk
the
about
thing
it
that
next
we-
week.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay,
yeah.
Notice how I cut myself off.
Oh.
He's a professional.
Professional. So I went to the Beverly Center Mall.
Okay.
And for those of you guys who are not here, Ian let out an oof. It's the
Wow.
big mall that's like in Beverly Hills, Ian?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so it has like all the fancy high price stores or
Why
whatever.
don't you just go to Century City?
Well, exactly. I wanted to go to Century City, but the group that I was going with, I went with 2 producers because we needed to pick out a lot
Wait,
of.
Ian?
Yeah.
No, not producer Ian. Producer Perry.
There it is.
Yo, Perry's the homie.
Yeah,
Producer
shout out
Perry.
to Producer Perry.
Yeah.
Shout out Perry.
And then one other producer. And so we needed them to, first of all, they have way more style than me. So they were like, let's hit up the Zara there.
Oh no way!
There's a
They don't wear
Macy's there.
shirts that say "I want to hentai this shit up." Like,
Or the blue shirt.
If I wasn't so nervous about Feet Finder, I would take my sock off and throw it at you right now.
You're gonna end up on 17 websites if you do.
I know.
I stand invincible.
I know. I'm just gonna like reach.
Oh, that's already too much.
No, you already there's.
There it
An
is.
ankle's been shown. An ankle's been
Yeah,
shown.
it's already
No,
gone.
so I went to this
Dios mío.
mall, and I got there a little bit early,
Okay.
and I walk in, and it's just fucking empty. And the thing is, even for LA on a weekday, if you go to Century City,
Yeah.
there's still hundreds of people
lot of
walking
people.
around the
Yeah.
mall. Hundreds, because it's like people in LA who don't have day jobs, so they can just chill around the mall, and they also have a crap ton of disposable income. So let me
Yeah.
go to Aritzia and like all these places and spend thousands of dollars. So I'm walking around this mall, and I'm just trying to find anything because I had to find a colorful outfit for me and then other colorful outfits for the guys. Fucking nothing.
Wait.
Everything was pretty destitute. Like, yeah, the store still had clothing in them, but the clothing looked like Forever 21 quality, but for designer prices.
Oh.
So I found a torn up bodysuit that was like $700.
Yeah.
And when I say torn up, I don't mean like ripped jeans. I mean like had holes in it.
Yeah.
I found like a corset that I was like, maybe this could be a fun costume piece that had jewels that just looked like they were bejeweled on by like a 10-year-old. And I'm like, this is awful. All of the women's clothing was ass,
Yeah.
but it was always still $700, $800,
Dude,
$1,200.
No way.
Absolutely.
$700 for just like some dumpster tier bullshit.
I get
Yup.
that at Century City. The most dangerous clothes are the one that don't have a price tag on them.
Yeah, that's always the
Have
worst.
you ever
bro.
ran into
Yeah.
clothing without price tags on them?
Yeah.
Because even at Century City, when I go into Bloomingdale's and I found like there was a hydrangea dress that I love hydrangea.
Is that like a country?
Yes.
Sounds like it.
He ruined it. You're being a dick.
And the dress was like $3,000 on the price tag.
Oh, there it is.
And I also saw like Nordstrom's, they'd have like their Gucci couture stuff.
There are a few places that I went to in Century City where, like, I was looking for a wardrobe as well. And I'm like, I need a nice blazer. Go into a place, rockstar vibe, like it. Pick out one thing that looks like it's about $40, but I couldn't find a price tag. So it's like, there's no way this is $2,000. I did the classic where you're like, oh, really? Okay. Yeah, let me try one more time. Just like if getting the interest, being like, this is not my style, just so you can walk out not looking broke as fuck.
Yes.
You don't look broke, you look smart.
Yeah, bro,
No.
for sure.
A fool and his money. We're lucky enough to get together in the
There it
first
is.
place.
No. But yeah, so that mall empty. And here's the worst part. There was no mall food. There was
No food court?
there was no food court at this place.
What?
I think all of their food options were actual restaurants that you had to go like 4 floors down to the ground floor to find.
Dude,
So
this place is ass.
yeah, I walked around for an hour before I found a Wetzel's Pretzels. I got me a cup filled with mini pigs in a blanket, like the hot dog with the little thing wrapped around it, a lemonade, and I went and I sat in my car angry. I just ate the little pigs in blankets and sipped my lemonade, and then I went home.
Well,
Malls
son of a bitch.
suck.
Dude, this
that mall
sounds like
sucks.
ass.
The best,
Big Nicki Minaj size ass.
the best haul I've ever gotten was actually downtown
Oh yeah, I forgot
LA.
that's your religion.
You're right. Downtown LA, there's like a market where you're going down alley to alley. I don't remember what it's called. Where it's just like, there's just a lot of shops that are very cheap. I think there are a lot of them are Mexican.
Yeah.
Spots.
You're thinking, Jackie took me to the same place. It's in the fashion district.
Yes.
It's wherever they get everything in like wholesale.
Yeah, I think so. And so I just got so much of it, like fucking 10 dress shirts, 2 pair of shoes. Like I went wild at that one. I enjoyed that. So there are a great amount of places, but the moment you go to somewhere that has the designer anything, let me tell you right now, designer clothes, ass. I'm gonna tell you right, ass. I can't tell you how many times I've looked at a piece of clothing that I'm like, it's not the price tag that's leaving me a little wanting.
Yeah.
The quality of the clothes looks like shit. So anytime I'm attacking people right now. If you have Balenciaga, if you have Gucci,
Yes, get him,
like
Raz.
if you have
Unless they
Gucci,
would like to sponsor us. and we-
there it is. Unless you guys, then I'll wear
Bro,
whatever you
Taco
guys
Bell
want.
ain't sponsoring us. You think Balenciaga's about to give us a dime? Fuck off.
The amount of times
Neck and neck.
I've seen these clothes and I'm like, Gucci's colors are just tacky. Like the Balenciaga stuff is just like they just have their fat ass logo because you're buying the logo.
Yep.
And the clothes themselves are $20 a piece. So I will never touch it.
Yeah.
Wait. So what about this, man?
What's up?
What if, like, you know, we get ourselves a quality shed in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
and a couple of guys who know how to do like embroidery,
Yeah.
A sweatshop?
and no,
Is that what you're describing
we're
right
going
now?
to pay them competitive wages,
There you go.
and
Totally legal.
we just put them logos
Yeah.
on some shit that we buy for $2 a piece.
That's what we like to see.
Have you ever been to China, Flower?
Back in
dis-
2017.
Dude, fake markets are so hilarious. You're going through a fake market, the moment you do never look. Just the moment you're
They're
visibly
on you.
I looked at something. Oh man, if you stay there was one time where they're grabbing at my arm. It's like, no, come for this. The shirt that you wanted, like $20 less. It's like, no. That happens. My favorite tailor was at the top floor of a fake market.
Oh.
So you have to go through the escalator ride of every
But
floor.
you're saying we could definitely, there's some money to be made in this.
There's
No.
money
Have
to
you
be
not
made.
watched Orange is the New Black?
No.
No.
Oh, that's how Maria went down.
Who's Maria?
What happened to
Doesn't help
Maria?
What?
What happened to
Just
Maria?
both said no.
What
They
do you
made
s-
fake. She made fake jeans and she sold them, and that's how she's in jail. And she had her kid while in jail, and so now she doesn't get to see her baby.
That's how kids. Okay, that makes sense.
I thought that show was just like a lesbian drama.
It probably is.
There's some of that.
There's a lot of lesbian.
I was
in it.
wondering what happens if you're pregnant in jail. I guess you just are a jail baby.
Yeah.
No,
Jail
so
baby.
they take you out. They take you out to pump the baby out, and then they put the baby in foster care, or
Oh,
they give it
no.
to.
Depends if there's
Or-
or can things. Like
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good information. The fact that I have to
Sucks.
learn it in this podcast doesn't say too much about
Well,
I
my
learned it
general
from a
education.
lesbian TV show,
Oh, there it is.
and it's such a good show. You should watch it. I just finished rewatching it for like the third or fourth time. It's really good.
I'm still watching Better Call Saul.
Oh,
how close are you to the end?
So I'm in season 3, episode 2. So I'm basically halfway through.
Don't share anything. No, you bite your tongue. So
Ooh, they just went to El Pollo Loco.
yeah. El Pollo. So I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I don't remember how much of this we've talked about on the podcast before. So I watched almost the entirety of Better Call Saul with my buddy Luigi. You know
Yeah.
Luigi. And, you know, we would watch it all the time. We would get a sixer of beer. We would get a couple of gummies. We would have a good time and just watch Better Call Saul. And so a lot of the time we were, you know, pretty fucked up by the time that we got done watching Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
One universal thing that happened every time
Yeah.
El Pollo Loco was in one of the episodes.
Spoils Hermanos?
Yeah.
What? Wait, what
I
is El
was
Pollo
thinking the
Loco?
same
El
thing.
Pollo Loco is a real life restaurant.
Yeah, El Pollo
Oh
Loco's-
my
Yeah.
God.
No, we both fucked it up. We both
I
fucked
was
it up.
told that I couldn't talk.
Well, if you did, you would have said something that I still blame you for saying a year ago
I didn't spoil
about
anything.
the show.
Spoiler
No,
alert.
you didn't, but you dishonored the show
Oh.
and your entire family. So,
My family doesn't take much to be dishonored.
There it is.
no.
There
Anyway,
it is.
so anytime it comes up with Los Pollos Hermanos,
Yeah.
one thing I actually did when I watched the show, and me and Luigi were watching, I paused it and I zoomed in on the menu. Do you know what they have at Los Pollos Hermanos, Raz?
Well, there was a version of that in LA.
No.
But no, I don't know. What
You
that
are
is.
underestimating. 3-piece chicken meal, $5.99.
It was a different time.
I'm like, I would eat there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
3
I
pieces
would just,
side and a drink?
yeah,
Oof,
for $5.99.
Pretty good.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
the value.
For
That's
$5.99.
crazy. Also,
Subsidized by math.
also, God, when the main character went in there in the episode that I just watched, like he got chicken and coffee, and I was like, I never thought of that combination.
Better Call Saul is so good. So the final season, I believe, came out on Netflix recently.
Yeah.
It wasn't on Netflix for a long time, and me
Yeah.
and Luigi actually bought it on Amazon Prime for $20.
I told you to do that.
Yeah. No, Ovilee was smart about that shit. And so we watched it back in the day. It is such a good show. I will tell you this though. It's sort of like The Wire, where it's like it's not a feel-good show.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I can already get that vibe.
Yeah. Like when you watch the show, you're not going to end up walking away from it being like,
Yeah.
all right. Like it's gonna feel very real and
Yeah.
very like heavy.
Yeah, no spoilers, but like I'm not. I mean, as in I'm not. Spoiling.
Have you seen all of Breaking Bad already?
Yes.
Okay.
So I kind of already know where it's going, and also like they do the thing every start of season.
Yeah.
Where you get the black and white kind of image of where he's working, current day.
Look,
kind
the
of thing.
modern day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the modern day thing. You're like, I know where that's going, and also like, it's just one of those. Okay, I'll say this right now. This show is not a show that you can binge, or I feel like I can't binge
No.
it.
So
Yeah.
interesting point on that.
Okay.
Luigi had not seen Breaking Bad before Better Call Saul. And so when we were watching through Better Call Saul together,
Yeah.
he was watching through Breaking Bad by himself.
Yes.
And so I remember there was one night.
That's the most confusing thing you could do.
No, that's where you're right. So there was one night where he came over to the house.
Yes.
And we were just watching some Better Call Saul. And, you know, we're just watching the show. And he's like, dude, why is Nacho back all of a sudden? I was like, what do you mean, man? Nacho's been in this season for like the past 4 episodes. And he went, oh, fuck. He was like, I was watching Breaking Bad and Nacho's not a character.
There it is. Dude, it's like learning. I did this in high school where you learn Spanish and French at the same time, realize they're very similar,
Omelette du fromage.
and then you just fuck it up in both classes. Because like you're mixing both languages together and you're like, okay, no, that's Spanish. That's French. I stand up in
Well, they're
front of
both Latin derived, right?
Exactly. So there's a lot of shared words actually.
What language
so-
did you take in high school?
Spanish.
Oh, there it is.
Do you remember Spanish?
Yeah, I'm actually currently studying Spanish myself. And
Wait, what? Right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Speak.
He's bettering himself.
¿Por qué estás aquí conmigo?
Parska
Oh, here we go.
Lacaster's couch.
Parska.
That's French.
Ah, yes.
a little bit. Of
You ask, why are we here?
No, I said, why are we here right now?
Yeah.
Like you and why are you here right now with me? And I'm like, me y mi amigo Raz quiero jugar League of Legends,
There it is.
pero Ovilee solo quiero. I don't remember what to talk is.
Damn.
Habla?
Hablar.
Hablar, yeah. Quiero, pero Ovilee quiero solo hablar.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay, you said
No, I'm still definitely like learning a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
okay.
But like I have basic foundational functional conversation abilities right now.
That's really cool. What made you want to start learning Spanish again?
So I studied a little bit back in college. And then like after being back out in here, you know, in Los Angeles, you know, a lot of my friends when I first moved out here, like, you know, Alvarez and his boys and everything like
Yeah.
that. Like a lot of my friends, the first guys that I met out here were Mexican guys. And so they spoke a lot of Spanish back and forth. And it was always the thing. I was like, oh, fuck, man, I wish I would have studied that more back in the day because I would have been able to understand what they were saying right now. And then it's just like, you know, recently I remember talking to you guys a little bit about how, you know, I had to go back home, family needed me back there. And that was like a whole complicated situation that sort of put a lot of things in perspective for me. And so I just started looking at, oh, what do I want to do? What things do I think would be valuable to pursue? And that was one of the things that I looked at. And I was like, okay, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
pretty freaking cool.
So yeah, we're learning Spanish. We've got some basic conversational stuff. Obviously, still a lot of it is just building the natural familiarity with the words and stuff like that. But we're getting there.
There it is.
That's
Yeah.
kick-ass. I feel like most of my Japanese has like flooded out
Yeah.
through my head where I
Oh,
remember
really?
enough like basic verbs and then have to rely on pronouncing things in a katakana type of way. Like,
What's
te-
katakana mean?
So katakana, so there's 3 types of Japanese ways of writing.
Okay.
There's hiragana, where it's basically kind of like characters written out a, I, u, e, o, kaki, kukeko, sashi, suseso, tachi, tsuteto, yayu, yo.
Okay, it's just like the 5 vowel sounds.
Yeah.
but-
And then, so that's written out in hiragana to spell out Japanese words. So isu, I think, is chair, right? So isu, right? But if you have a word that's in English, like table, door, pasukon, table, door, personal computer, that's what they call computers, you write it out in the second type of Japanese alphabet, which is called katakana. So it's written a little bit differently, but when you read it, you know that you're not reading Japanese.
Oh, so it's indicative that it's a not familiar word.
Yeah. So if you all of a sudden just see katakana written in there and you go terebi, it's like, oh, TV.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a weird differentiation. And then kanji is the third one, and that's where it's just, I hate kanji. I will never learn kanji.
Okay. So the fact that we're talking about just like all this
language.
Yeah. Language and communication in general. I had to bring this up to you because I don't know if you've noticed this, but
is this about to be criticism?
No. This is about to be probably the highest praise for you possible.
What the fuck?
So back when I was home, remember how I told you that when I was back home visiting my parents and being back home with family, I gave my mom and my dad those castor couch stickers because they wanted some of them. And then we had sort of the thing where I was like, I tried to pawn them all off on my mom so I could say that I gave them away and I did my job. And she got mad at me for being like, no, you're not allowed to do that. Ovilee wants you to actually hand them out to people. Stop being a piece of shit. So my mom, for the past, have mercy, 5 years, her profile picture on Twitter has been a picture of Skarner that I gave her. Mm-hmm. Now it is a picture of the 2 Castor's Couch stickers I gave her sitting on the counter, and she took the picture, and that's her profile picture now.
That's really good.
Because she wanted to support the group. Because she's
That's
like,
amazing.
oh, that's you and like 2 of your closest friends.
Yeah.
That's what I want my profile picture.
That's really cute.
So.
Rez, have you told your parents about this podcast? Because it sounds
no.
like all of our parents.
Absolutely not.
I was like, absolutely no.
That is never happening.
So all I'm hearing is that you're not promoting the podcast like the rest of us?
I don't even think they know what I do.
Do they know what a podcast is?
I like sometimes I'll go them and show them like I think it was 2018. I showed them, or 2019. I showed them like, oh, here's me at Worlds. It's like, what the hell is this? It's like me. It's like, you do TV? I was like, it's on stream, but yeah. So like, but then that's the last thing I showed them. So now they just know that I'm in LA doing something.
Ovilee, you would like this. I have not. Here, you can put this on Patreon or whatever afterwards. My dad sent me this message that it was when I was in London, halfway through. And it's a picture of my grandmother watching the show. And she doesn't even know how to turn a fucking computer on. So she would have had to ask my parents, like, oh, what is going on? And then my dad set it up for her to watch.
That's incredible.
That's so cute. I'm zooming in on all your shelves right now.
Oh. Thankfully, his shelves
There's
are a lot more
pictures of me
better.
as a green belt in karate when I was 13 on those
Oh,
shelves.
no, your
Yeah.
mom already sent me those.
So there's no...
Oh,
there's-
for fuck's sake!
there it is. So there's no like...
I forgot that you and my mom are besties.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I already have those.
So there's like no cartoon
You
porn.
have those?
Like, you just won't see cartoon porn on his shelf. Just putting that out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no
Absolutely
hentai on the show.
No.
What do you mean? Let me check.
Flowers, what happened with eggs and Dagda and egg? What?
Okay, so
Oh, yeah,
over
London's
when I was in London,
Yeah.
obviously, things are different in a different country, different continent, whatever. So I was in England for a week and a half. And during that time, we're in the hotel. So early in the morning, you have access to the hotel breakfast. So the very first morning I went in there, I look at everything that they got. And, it's typical breakfast. Like, you got some bacon, sausage, eggs, some hash browns, stuff like that. I looked at the eggs and I was like, man, they must have really fucked them up today because they look soupy. And so I didn't have any of the eggs, and I just had a pile of hash browns, and I had like a little bit of fruit and stuff, a couple pieces of bacon. Didn't have any of the fucking eggs. I also didn't have the beans.
Were they soupy scrambled eggs or soupy
Yes,
poached
soupy
eggs?
scrambled eggs.
Oh,
Soupy scrambled.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Like they
And
boiled
so-
that shit.
And so I went to the show that day, and I talked to people there, and they're like, no, that's how British people do scrambled eggs. in England, scrambled eggs are soupy. Like, that's just the way that they make them. I was like, oh, well, that's revolting. I refuse to embrace this. And so, fast forward a couple of days, we're all at like a team dinner. And I was talking to everybody about, just like the experience in London, because they were like, oh, how have you been doing adjusting to things? I'm like, yeah, everything's been great. I was really a doubter of beans for breakfast. But I was like, for the past 5 days, I've just been eating an entire volcano full of beans on top of 4 hash browns, and that's my breakfast. I was like, I won't touch them fucking eggs. And so I was like, what, you don't like the eggs? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Scrambled eggs made like that is why England lost the fucking war against us. And as soon as I said that, Dagda just busted up laughing. And I was like, I know it was a sassy comment, but it's not busted up laughing. And then I remembered he's Irish.
Yep.
So for those of you guys who don't know, the Irish do not like the British, just as like a cultural, historical, like human identity sort of thing.
The potato famine.
This man was busting up laughing for 15 seconds straight. And I felt like I was like, okay, I'm glad at least this resonated with someone on that level.
Yeah.
Because also, for what it's worth, like, slight dip into the esports thing. Dagda is somebody that I had not met before last year's Worlds. Mm-hmm. And I truly believe, and, this is me. I'm very cynical. I'm very, like, critical of both others and myself. Sky's the limit for this guy. Like, working with him, his abilities, even as somebody who is still pretty green overall in major region casting, I'm like, man, this guy is just like, he's got it. He's got the skill set. And even hanging out with him outside of the on-air stuff, just like fucking bullshitting, eating fucking candy, drinking rum, just hanging out and bullshitting. I'm like, this guy's fucking good. So Dagda, if for some fucking reason you find yourself cursed enough to watch this podcast, I got faith in you, bud.
That man's a legend. That man's a legend. I know he's already loved, but he's like somebody that, the one thing that my first interaction or like realization is like, holy shit, he took feedback really well. There's a few people, like, I know everyone will have those experiences where you give like a friend advice and they're like, oh, I'm not doing that again. It did not work out. Or some people that will take feedback and then be like, oh, he's not really working on it. No, like, you give him one piece of advice, the next day instantly onboards it and like is busting his ass to get better. That's just somebody that he is, that I realized really quickly when he started out with LPL. This guy busted his ass, took feedback, became insanely good, and he's just not stopping. This man is evolving.
If he keeps this shit up, he's like, if he keeps on the trajectory that he has right now, Dagda World Finals within 2 years.
There it is.
On cast, not
that man
desk.
said it.
That is my call.
Yep.
Ooh, what region does he cast for?
LPL.
He's in LEC right now. He started on LPL, which obviously English language LPL is the secondary broadcast because the main show is like the Chinese show. He's on LEC now. He joined this year as a full-time like broadcast member in LEC. No, he's color caster. That's why I cast with him. Like obviously we wouldn't be able to work together if he was play-by-play. But he's he's really good, and I think that if he keeps this up, either this Worlds or next Worlds, he'll be on final, like as a caster.
That's kick-ass.
Yeah, he's incredibly talented, and obviously casters don't get to make the call.
Yeah.
But if I had to vote for somebody, him and Azale would be the two guys that I would say like that haven't done a world final that should fucking do a world final.
So you're asking for a democracy of the casters.
Well, it's
for the casters by the casters.
Is this the social media bait for this episode? Fuck's sake.
No, my social media bait was the Koroks.
Wait, with the what?
the Koroks.
The Korok crucifixion.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
There it is.
At first I thought you said the Clorox. I was like,
oh yeah, she's gonna drink bleach.
Wait,
I'm drinking bleach.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I freaked people out at Halloween with that?
Excuse me?
That you drank
Did you drink bleach?
No.
You put something else in the bleach
Made him
jar?
think I did. So
There it is.
All right. So imagine it's back in the year of our Lord 2011.
My first year of high school.
Shut up. Keep going, Flowers.
All right, sure. Anyway,
Baby.
I'm at a college party. Everybody's having a good time. We're partying hard and doing all sorts of dumb shit. I don't even remember what my costume was, but my buddy was the janitor from Scrubs.
That's a good ass costume.
He was the janitor
good.
from Scrubs. He had a bottle of Windex. He had his mop and everything.
Yeah.
And so his bottle of Windex was filled with Blue 4 logo. And so it got towards the end of the night. It's like, 2 o'clock in the morning. We're outside a food truck and we're just standing there. And there's these 2 random girls we've never met behind us. And they're talking about like, oh my God, that guy has a bottle of Windex. What? Do you think it's actually full? No, that's stupid. And so I looked at my buddy. I was like, Benson, I need you to trust me. Give me that bottle. And he was like, okay, sure. And so he hands me the bottle. And I just looked at him and I was like, safety instructions are for pussies. And I aimed it in my mouth and I pulled the trigger like 7 times. And the girls behind us were like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I turned around and I was just like, don't believe everything they tell you.
And then you got laid. Yeah.
Bang.
No,
Yeah. Yeah.
Pussy.
I'm not going.
Pussy.
I'm not going
He got
to.
laid.
Or
No.
we don't judge or dick.
Crushed some puss.
If I do this, there's going to be some 17-year-old dude in the comments who looked at this and was like, that's how I hook up with the girls. No, I did not hook up with anybody. I went home to my friend's house. I did shots with my idiot friends, and I passed out on the floor.
Hooking up with your friend. Yeah. Woo. Got him.
Raz and I
But
have the same mind.
It did resonate as a good joke.
That was a good joke. That was a good joke.
That's good.
That was timing too.
That's
Timing's perfect.
it's timing. It's timing.
Yep, timing.
So you guys, were you on Twitter today?
Oh,
Actually,
no.
before we get
okay,
there,
wait.
we get there, I wanted to bring this up.
Okay, let's
'Cause
hear
you're
it, let's
talking
hear
about
it.
London. Did you have problems at Heathrow?
Into the mic.
Did you have problems at Heathrow? Did Heathrow stop?
You know what I ought to do?
What?
The next time you're at my house,
Yeah.
I should make you gorilla wrestle.
Oh,
I should make you wrestle for that.
We're not doing that anymore.
That's
That's not
not-
happening.
What?
Wait, Ian, have you never heard of gorilla
I
wrestling?
have no idea.
Ian,
what
you don't
this
want to
is.
know what gorilla
No,
wrestling
gorilla
is?
wrestling is so me and my friends back in the day when we used to do dumb shit together, we would call our Flex Q group in League of Legends the LA Zoo. Because it was just a bunch of fucking boys doing some dumb ass wild.
Some real animals.
Yeah, just some
Yeah.
wild animal shit.
Gotcha.
And so there was one night, I remember me and my buddy Luigi, we just had a disagreement about something. And we were like, oh, we can't come to a resolution about this. I was like, well, do you just want, like, let's just fucking fight about it. And so we went outside
Naturally.
and we just fucking wrestled each other and beat the hell out of each other on the concrete.
Oh,
This is what he wants to do to me.
okay.
And I'm like, that became gorilla wrestling. WRASSLIN apostrophe.
Why do you want to do that to me?
And
Because you tried to report me to the British government. You're acting like I am treating you inappropriately.
Hold on. We need context for this. What?
Okay, so Raz, there was the final night that I was in London. One of the people that I met was Kitty, the caster
Love
from
Kitty.
LPL. Yeah, no, cool girl. First time I ever met her in real life. And so at the end of the night, when everybody's leaving, she's like, oh, Flowers, can we take a picture together? I was like, yeah, let's do it. Obviously, that'll be cool. And so she's like, okay, we got to do one for Raz. Let's do a flip off. I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. And so we did the flip off photo. And she's like, hey, Raz. She's like, hey, at Raz, read Captain Flowers' wristband because I had the Golden Guardians fuck you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so Raz responds at Heathrow Airport, which, by the way, is the English International Airport. These two people are international scoundrels and directly involved with the demise of the Queen.
Yeah, it was like I said they are a flight risk and they're involved with the passing of the Queen. And
And you think you don't deserve to wrestle for this?
I was a little concerned because I looked at how often that account was active and
It's active a lot. I looked
Yes.
at it the next morning as
Yes.
well, Raz.
Yes.
You should wrestle for this.
That was great.
Okay, I just want to go back to your gorilla wrestling for a little bit because as someone who is absolutely disgusted by half of the manga that's on my shelf right there, you don't think that's a little gay?
No, it's not gay, dude. It's Chad. You just fight each other.
So you're telling me that if I came to you with a new BL or yaoi called gorilla wrestling,
no,
you'd be down?
the
'Cause
entire
guess what?
definition of these things is it's gay.
Look,
this is not gay.
There's a difference of wrestling, and if there was a version of this book that you're talking about where they would probably grab each other's cock and then undress each other and then fuck.
It's literally Dick Fight Island.
It's Caleb Flowers.
I'm just saying there's a difference here.
The amount of baby oil is really the main difference.
So
I'm just saying, all
no.
of these suspicious bro nights that you guys are having without me, starting to add up a little bit.
if you were added, I don't know, you would be.
No, I understand why I'm not allowed in there.
Okay,
It's
good.
all guys,
Yep.
a little bit of baby oil.
Okay.
There's
gorilla
no
wrestling.
baby oil.
Okay.
Oh, there's
All right.
a lot of.
Buddy.
Right, Thresh
Oh,
is
hey,
coming
Coyote
in
Head.
saying, it is time for my pets and it is time for my love. So therefore it is time for the end of this episode. We finally got the whole crew back.
Bang.
Shout outs to everyone who was watching while we had our variety of guests on, but now we got the full crew. Woo!
Yes.
Huge.
Yo, and considering now that we're done with MSI and playoffs and everything like that, it means we actually have a regular schedule for multiple weeks to come. So, if any of you guys have a guest that you want to see, please pick somebody that's cool. Please.
And we might get them.
Yeah.
There it is.
Maybe.
Exactly. Please pick Ozzy Osbourne. I really want to meet him in real life and say, hey, man, how did the bat head taste? And then we will do that. So anyway, come back soon. Goodbye.
Maybe. Bye.
Peace.
We're going to get Ozzy Osbourne?
I hope so.